Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, So Lovely with Grace. I'm Grace, and today I'm doing a much requested product review of the Simplicity Bias Tape Maker. This is a gift that I received for Christmas, and I have a little story to tell you. I've been dying to do this review for a long time, but what happened was I did do the review in January, but I didn't upload it. I didn't complete it because when I got my bias tape maker and I was, reviewing it, it didn't work. Basically, the tape went through the machine, but it wasn't folding it, and it just came out the same. And it was just cumbersome. It was very loud. It just didn't seem right. It didn't match up to what I was seeing on YouTube with other YouTubers' bias tape makers. So I decided, since it was ordered through Amazon, to exchange it. So now I got another one. So this one, we'll see what happens. But I wanted to say I did not order this through Simplicity. So I don't know if that's an issue. I don't know, if Amazon gets broken ones or not. But we'll see what happens with this one. So let's get into it. I'm finally getting around to doing a demo on the Simplicity Bias Tape Maker. Let's see if it's worth the hype. So as you can see here, it says that there's 6 tips included. Let's see, there's one on the machine, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What else? Just looking at the box here. Bias tape maker, power cord, 6 tips included, 4 single fold, which includes a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, 1 inch, and 2 quilt binding, 1 inch and 1 3/4 inch. Oh, if that's the case, that'll be great, because I'm going to be making a quilt this year. So let's see. Let's open the box. And check it out. Alright. So we got power and additional advice for success. And let's see the tips. Alright. So they're all packaged individually, which is nice. Got all these tips. Hopefully, put in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's only 5 in here. Hopefully it's... Let's see what's up. Let me see 5 tips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here's the Simplicity Bias Tape Maker instruction sheet. So here's where you put the power cord in. Let's see what it is here. Oh, it has a latch. Oh, okay, so there's one here. Hopefully this wasn't used, but it's a 1/2 inch one. It's not in a plastic bag. So, okay. So I've seen this bias tape maker demo online on other YouTube channels that you could probably see and compare, but I'm going to do it here now, so I know how it goes together. I read the instructions, but there's nothing different. I'm trying to get this little spool holder out of here. Not easy. There we go. So that's a stand. And then this is the spool where you're going to feed the bias strip through. So let me plug it in first. Pardon me. Got the power in here. And I saw on the other side was the, all right, plug that in there. Okay, so now I gotta plug it in the outlet. The power switch is here. I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna set it to the maximum cotton linen because I have some strips pre-cut here that I'm gonna use. Since the adapter here, or the tip here, is a 1/2 inch, you need to cut 1 inch wide strips. So let's go to the sewing machine and I'll show you how to sew the strips together while this heats up. I cut 1 inch wide strips because the most common bias binding that I've been using is the 1/2 inch single fold wide bias binding. So you need to cut a full inch wide, and then the machine will make it a 1/2 inch. So that's what I did. So here, what you need is to get these to be right sides together. Hopefully you can see that, right sides together. There's no science to this, just make sure they're like that. And then you just sew a 1/4 inch seam right here to attach it. And I use the edge of the presser foot when I'm sewing these together. That's about a 1/4 inch. Doesn't have to be exact. Again, here's the 2 strips, right sides together, just like that. And then you'd put a 1/4 inch seam, sew that. Let's try again. Pardon my voice. It's a little raspy today. And hopefully that came out. So now I have one continuous strip and I'm going to feed it in the machine. It should be heated up by now. Well, it doesn't look like the ready light came on, so that doesn't work, but it feels very hot, so wow, kind of disappointed with that. Well, let's try it anyways. I might have to exchange this one. So I have my strip and you have the spool and you just have to put it underneath this little metal holder piece. And excuse me, I'm gonna have to use my seam ripper to do this because it's tricky. Alright, I got it in there. That's good. And then you just turn it. So you turn all of it. It's kind of got quite a bit of it. Like I said, my most common one I use is a 1/2 inch single fold wide bias. So that's why I cut the 1 inch wide strips. Boy, I cut a lot, didn't I? So let me roll this up for you and then start it over here. So once it's rolled up, you go over this bar, then you have to feed it through the tip. What I do is the pointy side out. And once it gets in this chamber, a good idea would use a seam ripper to get that going. So it feeds it through here. You lift this up, which is pretty warm, and there's the metal hot plate. So be careful. It has to go through here. Then you replace the cover. Let's see, like that, so it doesn't move. And on these buttons you hit run, the run button right here. Nothing happened. What's going on? It's not working. This is not cool. Wow. Maybe I didn't put it on tight enough. I'm not too happy right now. Unbelievable. It's not working. Great. Alright, I figured it out. You have to hit reset iron and then looks like it's running. Okay. So let's see if you can have a close-up of this. Let's try this again. I put more in. Should be heated up. Even though that ready light doesn't work already, that's a turn off. But let's see. This time, it's not really doing it. It's not even folding it. No, it looks, this is a problem. It's not even folding the strip. I don't know what's happening. I'm going to redo the roll here and try it again. So I'm going to feed it through. Let's see, I use a seam ripper to guide it through the chamber here. And I have to lift this up. Be careful, it's hot, to get it over the hot plate. And then replace it. And let's see, run. Reset iron, run. And it's not folding. It's not even, It's not even folding it right. I'm not impressed. This is going back to Amazon. It's not worth it. It was almost $200, so I'm just going to keep the ones I have, the tips I have, and do it with the iron when I need it. Yep, this is definitely a thumbs down for me. So that's a real disappointment. I wanted to show you how much it would cost at Amazon versus Simplicity. So on Amazon, as you can see, it says purchase 2 times, meaning my husband got it for Christmas, I exchanged it, repurchased it, meaning the exchange went through. And at the time when he got it in December, it was $180. Now it's dropped to $162. I don't know why, but that is Amazon. When I go to the Simplicity page, they have it here for $230, which is quite a dramatic increase. That's almost $100. So, I mean, maybe it's better to buy it from Simplicity, I would imagine, than Amazon, but I don't know. When I received this for Christmas, I was very excited, and if it ran perfectly, I was going to be very happy and life would go on. But since it didn't, and I had to exchange it, it put a little doubt in my mind. I exchanged it because I just wanted to see if that was a fluke, and also I wasn't even sure I was going to keep it now, even if it ran perfectly, because I'm thinking to myself, what if down the road, a few months, a year, it dies? I'm out a lot of money. Because I'm a frugal girl, always looking for a bargain. Even though it's a gift, it's still money, a lot of money. Then I could use that money for other things like fabric and patterns. So I got it, and as you can see, that's what happened. It's a little disappointing, but there's other alternatives, and let me show them to you. What I use is, I was in the past using these Dritz bias tape maker tips. You've seen these, and you cut the bias fabric and then you feed it through the iron, and there you go, you have bias tape. And I bought 1, 2, 3, and then they came out with kits, and I was like, I want a kit. It's not that expensive. So I bought this bias tape maker kit. Very nice, has a little case, and this one is from, it's called Madame Sews, but look how nice that is. It has all the tip sizes that you're going to need, a 1 inch, 3/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch. Then you have a bias binder foot, so you can sew the bias binding to whatever you're going to make, awl and ball pins. I love it, and I use this kit. So I make my own bias tape using the tips from the kit. And let me show you. I got this fabric here from Joann's, this puppy dog fabric, inspired by my dog Toto. He's my little sweetheart. the red and black colors. Because when I was at Joann's and I saw that fabric, I thought of him. I have 2 dogs, but Toto, he's my guy. And I got this fabric and I wanted to make a bag and a wallet. And I made this little wallet for Toto, for me actually. You know, it has like, you can put your credit cards here and change. But what I wanted to point out was this bias trim. And I made the bias trim using that kit with the iron and the tips. So there's the fold. How beautiful is that? Came out perfect. Was very easy to do. And I made a ton of it. I got so much left now. I might make something else. But I did make a bag out of it. Well, not the bias, but this is the bag I made. This is a Debbie Shore creation. She has a YouTube channel. It's 100% bags. I love her. She's wonderful. And then I made this other bias tape right here. This is the 1-inch wide, so you cut it 2 inches wide and then you feed it through the tips. So I can't really justify the risk. If that doesn't work after a while, what am I going to do? But the kit, you know, it's always going to work. So let me show you how much the kit is online. I'm at the Madam Sew webpage, and this is the kit that I got for $24.99. But you get a 10% off if you sign up for their newsletter or the first time you buy. And that's the exact kit that I got. Here's another kit, almost identical to Madam Sew on Amazon. And this one is $16.97. So there's the 2 choices. So to conclude, I would advise you to go and check out other YouTube channels where they review the bias tape maker. They were successful. For me, it didn't work out, unfortunately. I'm not willing to take the risk that even if it does work out, that somewhere down the road it's going to die and I'm out that big investment. So that's my opinion on that. But as always, I try to wear something that I made in all my videos. And this is a top that you've seen previously, this pattern 6940. I featured this in my I'm in a bag mood this week, and I also featured it in my last Friday Sews Lots of Stuff. And I'm wearing another version of it today. So I wanted to show you that. I'll model it for you. It's the same pattern that I made previously, and I modeled this one in the bag video. And then in my Friday Sews, I modeled this one with the tie right here. So I did make it multiple times, and I have another one, I just can't find it. It's actually this exact view D that I absolutely love this view. And I can't find it anywhere. We moved here a couple years ago in boxes, and I'm still unpacking boxes because a lot of the stuff is winter clothes that I won't wear. And I might just make it again. Why not, right? Since this is such a great pattern. I did buy this pattern again on Etsy. And so that's my conclusion on the bias tape maker. I hope it was helpful for you. And I hope the alternatives are helpful for you too when you're making your decision. So thanks again for tuning in. It's always a pleasure to chat with you and to give you my opinion and my makes. Hope you were so inspired and have a great day.